Hi everyone, it's lovely to see you. We're reading Amelia Fang and the Bookworm Gang by Laura Ellen Anderson, and this is chapter 8, Llama Queen. They've eaten Amelia! The sound of Tangine's shrieking caused all the bookworms to slither away and hide in the depth of the bookshelves. Tangine burst into the library, waving his arms around and running straight past Amelia. Wait, Tangine, stop! Amelia shouted. I'm very much alive. Look, I'm here. I've not been eaten. That's what they want us to think, Tangine shrieked hysterically. A flustered Grimaldi came floating into the library next, followed by a bouncing Florence with Squashy and Pumpy bedoiling and padoofing behind her. Thank the serpent you're all right, Amelia, Florence puffed. When you never came back from the toilet, we got so worried. Nobody takes that long, even when they're doing a big... Okay, Amelia interrupted, holding both hands up in the air. Enough, everyone. There's been a big misunderstanding. Guys, I've met the bookworms. Tangine gasped, looking like he might faint at any moment. Florence and Grimaldi looked at her in horror. It's okay, Amelia said cheerfully, as Squashy leapt into her arms and began to lick her cheeks. The bookworms mean us no harm. All they're interested in is eating books, nothing else. But how do you know that's true? Squeaked Grimaldi, who was hiding behind Florence. See for yourself, said Amelia. She beckoned to the bookworms to come back out into the moonlight. Florence, Grimaldi and Tangine stepped backwards, warily, almost falling over a cowering Pumpy. Safe in the arms of Amelia, Squashy waggled his little pumpkin stalk from side to side. Penelope gasped in delight. Oh, I've never been this close to a real-life pumpkin before. She slithered a little closer to Squashy and Amelia. I've only ever tasted books about them. So you don't want to eat us? Asked Florence gingerly. No, large rare breed of Yeti, we do not, proclaimed Percival. We only eat books. Plus, you wouldn't taste good anyway. I'm not sure if I'm relieved or offended by that, said Florence. The bookworms eat books because... Amelia began, before turning to the bookworms. Is it okay for me to say? Prue slithered forward and announced bravely, we eat the books because we can't read. You can't read, said Tangine, looking baffled. But how does eating books help you? Prue leaned across to a half-eaten pile of books and picked up a copy of The Love and Loss of a Llama Queen in her mouth. She dropped it at Tangine's feet. Because it tastes like love, passion and tragedy, she said seriously. Tangine squeaked in delight. Llama Queen, I love this book. But reading these books would be much better, said Penelope, especially as that means everyone can still enjoy the books. She bowed her head. We never meant to ruin your library. It's just packed full of delicious stories and we couldn't resist. I was thinking that we could help the bookworms to learn to read, Amelia suggested to her friends. Ooh, well, we're writing our own stories for our homework, said Grimaldi. He'd finally floated out from behind Florence, putting his scythe discreetly back in the folds of his black cloak. Maybe we could all read our stories out loud with the bookworms. That might be a good start. Amelia twisted her hands together anxiously. In all the excitement of discovering how wonderful the bookworms really were, she had forgotten that she hadn't yet written her own story. And we can help you with your story, little vampire, said Penelope kindly, noticing the change in her new friend. Huh? Florence piped up. Amelia, I thought you'd already written your story. Amelia looked at the floor. Nope, she whispered. I couldn't think of anything, and the more I tried, the more frustrated I became, and the emptier my brain got. Oh, Amelia, said Florence, you should have said something sooner. We could have helped you. Exactly, Grimaldi said. You always help us out. Friends are there to help each other. Amelia sighed. I was worried that you might be disappointed in me and think I sounded silly, she said. Never, said Tangine theatrically. We don't think that. Thinking you sound silly is silly. He winked and gave his friend a big glittery hug. Really? Said Amelia, feeling relieved. I'm always asking for your help with stuff, said Grimaldi. Do you think I'm silly? Absolutely not, protested Amelia. Well, there you go, said Grimaldi. Then he frowned and stroked his chin. I think I just gave wise advice. Did I just give wise advice? He said, looking half shocked and half pleased with himself. Percival nodded solemnly. You are wise indeed, little Grim Reaper. Amelia felt something wrap around her shoulders and saw Penelope's big friendly face. We are all so much happier now thanks to you. You have shown us bookworms not to be ashamed to ask for help, and you shouldn't be either, Penelope said. Embrace the fear, said Prue. Embrace the death, Tangine cried. Everyone looked at him. Actually, Tangine quickly added, don't do that. Amelia giggled. If the bookworms could be brave enough to ask for help, then so could she. Join me for chapter 9.